I'd like to invite Ancy Ramasamy to speak on behalf of the graduates. Ancy is the valedictorian at this ceremony. She graduated, as you saw before, with a Master of Business with a distinction average. Ancy is an exemplary student who's respected by her fellow students and by all the staff that are involved with her. She's been awarded a Victoria University International Postgraduate Research Scholarship to do her PhD. Please welcome Ancy Ramasamy.
Chancellor, Vice Chancellor, Council members, academics and staff, fellow graduating students, distinguished guests, friends and family, good morning. I'm very honored to be speaking today on behalf of all graduates. When I was asked to deliver the speech, the first thing that came to my mind was whether I should be having a look at high school American movies where students just get to throw their caps in the air after a very inspirational speech. But thankfully for you, I was advised to speak from my heart, and this is exactly what I plan to do today. And by the way, you're not allowed to be throwing those caps at the end. When I first decided to study in Australia, I applied only to one university, that is Victoria University. I've got a friend who attended the university a couple of years ago, and she strongly recommended the university to me. I got my offer letter within one day of my application, and this made me thought that it was my fate to come here. I still remember the day I first set foot at VU to register for my course. I remember that I remember my disheveled appearance because I managed to get lost along the way, and I remember it was the day I first met my course coordinator. I also remember how nice and helpful she was, and how grateful I was for her compassion and kindness. I initially thought that it was my lost puppy panic-stricken look that attracted her sympathy, but I was wrong. I got to know her during this year, and I found out that her mother nature was part of who she was, and this is why students looked up to her. I also clearly recall my first week in Melbourne, and I remember my confused state after hearing the Aussie accent. I blanked out when people on the street would just use slang words such as oi, mate, or righty. During my first lectures, I was the last one to know what's happening in the class. I would always be nudging people sitting next to me to ask them for clarification, and I would be the last one laughing at jokes as well. Throughout my studies, I had recourse to a lot of the services offered by the university, whether it was international student services, library facilities, careers advice department, and so on. I remember how grateful I was when those people, those staff members, went out of their way to help me out. I remember my excitement when I got the Rovers job at the Footscray Park campus. This job enabled me to build closer relationships with the staff members there, and I can safely say that most of them are now my friends rather than just being work colleagues. I am sharing these beautiful memories with you just to say that I would not be standing here today with my degree in hand and with the feeling that I've been blessed with a rich and fulfilling experience if it wasn't for the dedicated staff, whether teaching and non-teaching staff at VU, and for the good friends I've made along the way. As an international student, I can tell you that my success today is based not only on the high-quality education offered by the university, but also by the human warmth that I've experienced every single day. Whenever I step into VU now, it feels like coming home. So thank you, Victoria University, for welcoming students with open arms and for making feel part of this big family. Before ending the speech, I have a very special thought for my family who couldn't be here today, but who've always been here in all my situations, who've been the pillar of my situations. Congratulations to you graduates. I wish you good luck in your future endeavors. And don't forget to party hard tonight. You deserve it. Thank you for your attention. Chancellor.